How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Uh, you are watching the Alphabets Football Show. If I can get my picture up here real quick. There we go. Uh, I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's stuffed and had an opportunity to at least have a Zoom meeting with your family, had some good food, and watch some football. I don't know. The football part was kind of hard for me, but we got through it, and here we are. Uh, First things first, I'd like to introduce my co-host, uh, Steelers fanatic, the first lady, Miss Ramona Dot. What's going on, Mona?
Oh, been a long 2 days.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. I'm trying to get over the heartburn I had last night, but we'll get to that later. I did eat some good food and saw some good people, hung out with not too much, but had a got to see a little bit of the familia, so that's always a good thing. So first things first, um, there's a lot of stuff going on. The Steelers and the Ravens, they were scheduled to play. I mean, how many times they're going to change this game, I don't know. But the latest word, it was supposed to be played on Sunday. They had taken it from, yeah, it was supposed to be played on Thanksgiving. That was supposed to be the evening game. Then a few players came up positive with COVID. They pushed the game to, it was supposed to be Sunday. And then some more people come up sick and they push it to Tuesday. So look, this is a fluid situation. Things are constantly changing. And we'll give you the information as we get it. As of right now, and this is not written in stone, obviously, the Steelers and the Ravens are supposed to play on Tuesday. Now, Lamar Jackson has COVID.
Yep.
So he's not going to play.
Well, it's not just Lamar. I mean, he's got.
Obviously but Lamar Jackson, they will not. RG3 is going to start the game. J.K. Dobbins and J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram are both out. So for all my people out there, my fantasy people out there, you better get.
Dalton just said that's the Madden curse.
Hey, there's people that believe in that, and we keep seeing it. We keep seeing it, and it is what it is. These guys, they want to, they take Madden very seriously, and it's not looking good. So, Mona, this is your squad. What do you feel about the postponement? What do you think? What do you think's the best? What do you think would be the best solution when it comes to this?
Well, first off,
remember we are. I'm
going to keep this PG.
PG.
First off, if you can see my eyes under my bill, they've been flashing daggers and fire and ice about all day, but they have been off and on throughout the season so far. I think that what they have absolutely done to the Steelers organization and the Steelers football team and the Steelers players is just absolute BS. That's how I feel about it. I feel that they basically screwed us over against Tennessee Titans, when we lost our week 8 bye and had to take it during week 4. Then they turned around and they were going to do that to the Buffalo Bills, but then they just postponed the game so they didn't lose their week 8 bye. Or actually, last week's bye, because last week they didn't play. Now, as a football fan, mid-season is a perfect time for a bye week, and usually we don't have that mid-season bye week. Fact. So we were pushed into a bye week that we really didn't want. Everybody's team looks forward to that bye week, and the later in the season, the better off most people are happy, right? Now, this is a team that's undefeated, the only team undefeated, 10-0. And quite frankly, to me, I felt like they postponed us from Thursday because a few of their players had COVID. Now, Lamar Jackson has COVID, couldn't play on Sunday. So then they decided they were going to postpone it again. How many times are they going? How many opportunities are going to give them chances to get players back to play against us? First game we played them, we had 3 starters on our defense out. On our defense. So tell me where this is fair that they are allowing this team to try and get better or bring guys back to play against us. We played with players missing last week due to COVID. Right? We didn't even know Ben was going to be playing. So, yeah, I have a problem with this. I have a problem with it. I think the way they've kid blood some teams and absolutely I just don't think they've Juju Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool both have made it well known how they feel about it. And you better believe that defense is knowing all this. They're seeing all this. They all feel the same. You better believe it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I would not want to be RG3 this week. I can actually say I don't think I'd want to be RG3 this week. So, they're talking about maybe moving the game and having another week and making it to week 18. So I don't know. It's a very fluid situation. We'll see what happens. It's just it's unfortunate.
Ramona's rant. Ethan says Ramona needs to have this moment every week. Ramona's rant. Trust me, it would not be PG. It would have to be like XXX rated or something.
Yeah, we can definitely make that happen. So
all right. Gotta share this. Come on.
Definitely, there are some people that
the
say
Steelers ain't played nobody. I understand this. We haven't played nobody. But you know what? Neither have the Kansas City Chiefs. They've played 4 teams above 500. 4 teams.
And here's the other thing I want people to understand. The schedule is based off of what you did last season. You get the Steelers, I believe y'all came in second place in the division last year, right?
Yeah, and with 8-8.
You're playing a second place schedule. Now, for all those people that are complaining that they hadn't played anybody this year, guess what? Next year, with them being probably the number 1, as it stands right now, you would be the number 1 seed in the AFC. So guess what? You're going to have probably the most brutal schedule next year. It's all in the football gods, people. It's all in the football gods. You win some, you lose some. If you get a pass over here, you're going to pay for it somewhere else.
Oh, and by the way, Baltimore is not the only team that's got members added to the COVID list. The Steelers placed 3 on the reserve COVID list as well. Defensive end Stephon Tuitt, and Isaiah Buggs, and offensive tackle Gerald Hawkins. So, cry me a river. Am I upset? I hate that they're sick, but you know what? It's football, man. Let's play.
Yeah, it's all going to balance out. And here's the thing about it: when people say you haven't played nobody, guess what? When you get to the playoffs, you're going to play against somebody. You're going to get to where you want to get. You're going to have to see this. You're going to have to see the Chiefs. You're going to have to see the Colts. You're going to have to see the Titans. But
you know what? They have to see us. The Chiefs have to come and see us too.
Yeah. So it's all it's all gonna work itself out in the end. The Steelers, for people to say certain stuff, the Steelers are gonna have to play the Bills in a few weeks too. So all of this stuff is gonna, the Bills saw the Chiefs. All of these teams, they're gonna see each other, and before you get to the Super Bowl, that's where you're trying to go. You're all gonna have to see each other. So it's all gonna work out. So let that. It's Be patient. It's
If
coming.
anybody has listened to me all season long, I have said, yes, we're undefeated. But you know what? That's not what our goal is. I honestly figured that we'd lose at least 2 games already. And we haven't. Because they keep finding ways to win games. And people say, oh, well, your offense is kind of lackluster, especially your running game. Fine. Our defense is picking up the slack. One game, our defense is not playing the greatest and not stopping the run. But Big Ben is stepping it up and, throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. So that's what teams do. That's what good teams do. Good teams, offense is bad, defense is bad, you lose games. Offense is bad, defense picks up, you still win. We're finding ways to win, people. Week after week, we found ways to win, but we haven't played anyone. Okay, fine. But neither, like I said, have the Kansas City Chiefs, but everybody's sold on them, right?
I mean, and here's the thing: there's tests that are coming down the road.
Yes,
exactly. I heard somebody said to me the other day that the Steelers haven't played anybody, and I'm like, they're going to play the Bills here in a couple of weeks, so there's going to be some questions that's going to be answered. So this kind of shows you. I had seen this slide and I was like, wow. Baker Mayfield recently broke Big Ben's record for the most wins in Brown Stadium. A quarterback that has never played for the Browns held the record. That kind of tells you the success that the Browns have had as far as quarterbacks. There is no way that another team should have more wins at your stadium than you do.
It is pretty sad.
So, me and Ethan, shout out to Ethan Tweedy. We were talking about it the other day, and you guys hear me say all the time, if you don't have a franchise quarterback, it is absolutely it's hard. And the teams that you see that constantly struggle, I would say that the one common denominator with all of them is that they don't have a quarterback. They don't. When you look at the Browns and you look at the Jets and you look at the Dolphins recently, those teams that just are constantly looking for a quarterback, unless you can go into free agency and pick up a Kirk Cousins or something like that, like the Vikings. But the Vikings hadn't really had a quarterback either. But if you don't do that, then you better go out and go draft. You better go out in free agency and get you one. So,
and let it be known, just because you get a quarterback who is pretty successful in his first season, and possibly the second season, then you decide to pay him. Make sure you're actually paying a franchise quarterback, not a quarterback that ain't doing nothing once you paid him.
Exactly. Philadelphia Eagles. But and Ramona, you're exactly right. When everybody got on me earlier, in the season whenever I was talking about, why don't the Cowboys pay Dak Prescott? And they tried to pay Dak Prescott.
Yeah, they did.
I think what Jerry Jones is looking at is he was looking at the Rams and he was looking at the Eagles. And he was saying to himself, like, I want Dak Prescott. And I'm a Cowboys fan. But when Dak Prescott was asking for $40 million, I go, no. You're not getting $40 million. If I'm giving you $40 million, I need you to be Ben Roethlisberger. I need you to be Patrick Mahomes. I need you to be Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa. Hey, Chuck Thomas. I wasn't the one who mentioned Wentz. That was Marcus Betts. I would never talk about the Eagles quarterback like that because my son is an Eagles fan.
Carson, look, I have listened to some of the Eagles. I have listened to some of the Eagles radio shows and the call-ins on there. And there's people that want Carson Wentz gone. And I told you guys when I did my draft show back in May, and I said, hey, when they draft a quarterback in the second round, that's not so he can play with you. That is your replacement. So I've been saying this. I've been very direct with this and tried to tell you guys that let me give you another example. Okay, we all know the Cowboys are doing horrible this season, right?
Right.
If the Cowboys draft Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, what are they saying? If the Cowboys draft Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, what
We
are
don't
they saying?
believe in our quarterback.
What are they saying to Dak Prescott?
We don't believe in you, and we're not going to pay you.
That's exactly. So that's all that I'm trying to say. When you draft a guy in the first or second round that plays a certain position that you're having problem with on your team, that is his replacement. That's all that I've been saying. So,
But honestly, what one thing I don't understand, and I guess, and I see it exactly the same way, and that was one of the reasons why I had a problem with what Green Bay Packers did.
yes,
It absolutely was, because Aaron Rodgers is still in the talks of MVP of the year and doing a phenomenal job right now. So,
yeah. So why in the hell would you see it? Why in the hell would you draft Jordan Love? Say it. That's what you want to say.
Exactly. Why in the hell would you draft Jordan Love? And I understand they're thinking the future, and that's how they did. That's how they did Brett Favre with Aaron Rodgers when they drafted him. I'm sure Brett Favre was sitting there saying,
you know the difference with that, and I've heard that same argument. But you know the difference. Do you know the difference between the two situations? Aaron Rodgers in that draft. You know who went number one in that draft, right?
"Oh,
Alex Smith went number one in that draft. There was a conversation who should be number one, Alex Smith or Aaron Rodgers. Did anybody think that Jordan Love was the best quarterback in this draft? That's the difference right there. Now, who do you think would be helping the Packers more this season? Jordan Love or T. Higgins? Jordan Love or
CeeDee Lamb?
Justin Jefferson? Jordan Love or CeeDee Lamb? Jordan Love or Jalen Reagor? Who would be helping the Packers more this season? You know? So that's the main difference there. So, we'll see what happens. Guys, please like and share the show. Please tag people, like and share the show, because we got a lot of stuff lined up, and I really want a lot of people's opinions up in here so we can have a better show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So moving on, there's a lot of times where we get on players and we, when they do bad stuff, we always, they're in the news. I like to highlight when players are doing positive things. I saw a video, yesterday was Thanksgiving, and a lot of people, a lot of people are having a hard time with, with the pandemic and stuff going on. And to see, I saw Marshawn Lynch just walking the streets and giving out turkeys. And I saw Jalen Ramsey. Up there giving out turkeys. Can I see that slide real quick? Jalen Ramsey giving turkeys.
Yep.
Just giving away $20,000 gift certificate, handing out turkeys. This is the kind of stuff here. We see a lot of the knuckleheads in the NFL and all professional sports for that matter. But I think that when players are doing positive things, we need to really accentuate that. We really need to make sure that we're calling that out, just like we do when they're having a domestic violence or they're getting a DUI or they're failing a drug test. We need to give them props when they're doing stuff like that. When they're doing positive things, helping the community. And I think we need to really, we really need to focus on that. So back to the Ravens Steelers game. Michael Irvin was asked about it. Shout out to NFL Network. Michael Irvin, the playmaker. He's Michael Irvin said the Steelers on the verge of breaking Baltimore. Period. And Ramona, you were just talking about how you think this game's going to go. What do you think about Michael Irvin's statement as far as that?
I think he's very outspoken, but I happen to agree with him on this one right now, because I'm telling you, the Steeler players, these guys are hearing week after week, you ain't playing nobody. Week after week, you ain't playing. Week after week, they keep winning, but week after week, they keep hearing it. You ain't playing nobody. And believe me when I tell you that this Steelers defense is not no joke. This defense is no joke. This receiving corps that Big Ben has to throw the ball to is no joke. Yes, our running game is suspect. It is right now. But you can stack the middle and stop the run, which is what the last two teams that's played us done. But you still got to be able to stop Big Ben from throwing the ball all over the field. And until you can do that, come back and talk to me when you beat us. That's all I got to say.
Well, I think that they can really bury the Ravens. And like I said, Lamar Jackson's not playing in that game. I would not want to be him. So, there's a statement that goes, game recognizes game. And I had saw this. I really wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit. Derrick Henry, we all know what Derrick Henry's doing right now. And he gave a little bit of praise to Dalvin Cook. Shout out to my man, Devon, the professional. He's really high on Dalvin Cook. He's really high on him. And I've always given Dalvin Cook props. My only issue is if anybody knows me and has talked football with me, I don't like when guys are injury prone. That's really the only issue I've ever had with Dalvin Cook is I've always like he's injury prone. And I say this all the time. And shout out to my boy Tito Tollett. I hate injury-prone players. I hate it. And there used to be a player, and me and Tito, we've been playing fantasy football for a long time, named Arian Foster, who used to play with the Houston Texans. And this dude was awesome, but he would get hurt every single year. Percy Harvin used to get hurt every single year. And, I mean, you just couldn't rely on him. And Dalvin Cook, you see what he's doing. He's been fairly healthy. He has missed games this year, but he's doing work. And, to see Derrick Henry give him props like that, congratulations, knock on wood. I hope he stays healthy. So
another one used to, when he was healthy, phenomenal running back, Deuce Staley.
Always.
That's why Eagles got rid of him and Pittsburgh got him.
Just couldn't stay healthy. Look, I say it all the time. The best ability is availability. Anybody knows me, I'll say that all the time. So so sad. Last week we saw rookie wonder Joe Burrows. He was balling out of control, really having a great season, and he got hurt really bad. And let's see Deshaun Watson give him some advice. When you're sitting up there rehabbing, it really sucks, but to give him some advice like that, people forget that the NFL is a fraternity. It's a bunch of guys, they get close, they compete, but they, you really don't want anything bad to happen to anybody, And when I see people celebrating players getting hurt, is the reason why I hate the Philadelphia Eagles to this day when Michael Irvin landed on his neck and the fans in Philadelphia were cheering. I don't ever wish injury on anybody, but shout out to Deshaun Watson for, offering to help, Joe Burrow with his ACL recovery. We want to wish him a speedy recovery and hope he has a long career.
Hey, and I have a message for Dennis and Chuck Thomas. Dennis, you're like right beside a Chuck. Would you smack him for me? He's like, Chuck's like, hey, Ramona, y'all ain't played nobody.
Well, it's coming. The tests are coming. So, we had.
Wait a minute. You know what? And here I'm going to say this again. Every game is a test. Every game, your starting quarterback could go out there and get hurt and be out for the season. Every game that can happen to any player on your team that could absolutely change everything about your team.
Definitely. But I guess what they're saying is like, when you go into certain games.
Well, you know what? And when I hear this, I want to hear people saying the same thing about other teams who have all the praise, but they ain't played but 4 teams over 500. And that's the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to, don't just pick on the Steelers because they're the only undefeated team. Don't just pick on them. Pick on all of the teams who haven't played anybody above 500.
Definitely. So my boys, they lost another player, another one of their first round offensive linemen yesterday. It gets to a point, and I say this every week where people say, "Oh, man up, next man up, next." Look, man, when you're down the fourth and fifth string, it's tough. First off, this man was playing out of position. He's normally a right guard. Terrence Steele is so terrible that they kicked him out to right tackle because Lael Collins, another one of their all-pro offensive linemen, is out for the season with hip surgery. Yeah. You already lost Tyron Smith. Travis Frederick retired. Now you got Zach Martin out 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, it's week 12. It's week 12. 4 weeks is week.
That's right
there. So you might as well, even if he recovers fast.
But the sad part about it is, if you win out, you can still make it to playoffs.
I don't want to. People were like messaging me yesterday. Oh, did you see your Cowboys, Marcus? And William Ricker, I'm going to get you. Just so you know, I'm going to get you. I picked against the Cowboys. I don't want them to win any more games. So when the Cowboys lose every week, don't send me a message. Oh, did you see what happened to your Cowboys? I'm like, dude, I want them to lose. I want them to have the third or fourth pick in the draft because it's just one of those seasons where everything has gone wrong. You had a bunch of injuries. I want them to just lose out because even if you win a division, let's say that the Cowboys do win a division. Let's just humor me. Do you see them beating the Seahawks or the Rams or the Buccaneers? Do you see them beating any of those teams or the Packers? Do you see them beating it? Because I don't. It's like
he just sent you a message. He said Dallas coaching is trash. I'm sorry, they look like a team that doesn't practice or do shit.
That's not it.
I know it's injuries. It's injuries. I've been there.
For people who said that, does everybody remember the 49ers a couple of years ago when they went 4-12?
Yeah.
After they lost Jimmy G and they were out there with a whole bunch of and you see they went to the Super Bowl last year. And they had a bunch of injuries this year too. This is the defending NFC champions. How did the 49ers look this season without their quarterback and Joe and Nick Bosa, and they were missing Mostert and they're missing Kittle? Are they the same team that they were in the Super Bowl? No. You get to a point with injuries and you just like, look, this ain't our year. We're gonna regroup and we'll run it back next year. Speaking of another injury,
this right here is a big hit. This is a big hit right here.
Bills offensive lineman, and with the pandemic, you didn't get to have training camp, really. You didn't get to have OTAs. You didn't get to have meetings, mini camps, all of that stuff. Everything was on Zoom and look, football is not played on a Zoom meeting. It's played on the field. If you're not there, you start seeing a whole bunch of soft tissue injuries. Cody Ford suffered a torn meniscus and he's gone for the season. And Josh Allen's having a phenomenal season.
We lost Devin Bush, knee injury.
Those injuries, when you start losing players like that, when you start losing your really, really good players, it hurts. So
I think it also goes to show too that a lot of work ethic on some of these players is some of them's work ethic is really, really good, even in the off season. Like Troy Polamalu's work ethic while he was playing for Pittsburgh was unreal. Even in the off season, this guy, his workout every day was just amazing. I mean, really was. James Harrison, when he was playing, his work ethic, even in the offseason.
James Harrison used to spend $1 million in the offseason with recovery and things like that, massages and people that would stretch him and stuff. $1 million just on body, taking care of his body. Russell Wilson was saying something about that the other day too. Like he gets has all this money he spends on. Look, as a professional athlete, your body is your money maker. You take care of it. So when I see players getting drunk and doing drugs and stuff, it's like, dude, your body is what's making you money. So when you're putting poison and garbage in your body, it shows. So good, knock on wood, speedy recovery to Cody Ford. I hope he gets well. And it's tough. It's really tough. So we're gonna we had the Monday night game, Rams versus Tampa. A lot of people don't really, I give Jared Goff a lot of flack, but I'll tell you what, those receivers for the Rams are incredible. They are, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. They got some really nice receivers. And I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Aaron Donald is an absolute beast. And one of the offseason pickups that, we talk about the Stephon Diggs to Bills, and we talk about, DeAndre Hopkins to Arizona Cardinals. People better start recognizing that pickup of Leonard Floyd going from the Bears to the Rams. He is really flourishing over there. And I say all the time about sometimes a change of scenery is needed. They had Tom Brady shook.
Oh yeah.
They had him shook, where he just really couldn't do much. That 20-foot, it was a 3-point ball game, but really the Rams dominated that game for most of it. Jared Goff took care of the ball. They got a 3-headed monster at running back. Those receivers I was just telling you about, 2 good tight ends in Higbee and Gerald Everett, and their defense ain't no joke. The Rams might have the best defense in the NFC. They might just have the best defense.
Dalton, you're right. It was November 23rd, 2020. I forgot to switch. My fault. I forgot at the bottom of the slide it says November 16th. I forgot to change the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was a good game. And unfortunately, another injury. The Tampa Bay, they lost their center. Their all-star center. What's his name? Is AJ Klein? I think it's something like that.
Yeah, Klein, I think is his last name.
AJ Klein. They lost him for the season. So and he's probably their best offensive lineman. So, as the season goes on, you start having a war of attrition where you start losing players, and you better adjust fast. So we'll see. The Rams, they got to turn it around because they got the Rams got another tough one this week because they got to go see that boy, Patrick. I'm sorry. His mom doesn't like him being called Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly.
She was very adamant about that. So, the next game, we had yesterday, we had the Thanksgiving games. We keep talking, every week we put up who we think is the MVP candidates. I think there's another guy we need to put in that list, and that's Deshaun Watson. What I saw with Deshaun Watson yesterday, he's absolutely incredible. He is a one-man gang. He really is. They really don't have a running game to think of it. He threw 3 touchdown passes yesterday. Couple of bombs.
And that puts him in the MVP talks.
Well, I'm saying considering everything I ask this all the time. What would Houston's record be without Deshaun Watson?
Well, we don't know. We don't know who they would have as quarterback.
They wouldn't be very. He is the glue that's holding that team apart.
You mean together?
Yeah. So I think he needs to be in that discussion. Everybody, and it just goes to show you once again. I will keep bringing this up, and we have a slide for it coming up. Bill O'Brien's a terrible coach. He doesn't need to ever be a head coach ever again. I will say that every week. And then as I'm eating my Thanksgiving, dinner, and I was about to throw it up. The Washington football team, and I picked it. I picked against, I picked the Washington football team when we did our picks last week. But uh, it's at that point. Like, I don't want to win any more games. I just want to go out there and play, but I'm not trying to put a whole bunch of effort into it. I want a high draft pick. And I want it to be an all defensive draft. That's what I want. They don't need to draft anything on offenses except maybe if it's an offensive lineman. I don't want, I don't care, or unless you want to go get a guy like Trevor Lawrence, a guy like that. I don't want anything on offense. I want straight up defensive playmakers. That's all that I want.
You want to read some of the comments before we go into the OnPoint?
I can't see any comments. I can't see. I don't know if what I'm looking at here is if this on my page. But go ahead. If you got some comments, go ahead and read the comment.
Okay. I'm going to scroll back a little bit. Tito, of course, joined us.
AJ shit.
I guess Ethan replied to Chuck and said, "I'm on my 5th plate after 2 days." Ethan's just had his 3rd, I guess. All right, they're talking about leftovers. Chuck Thomas says, "Y'all ain't played nobody." Dennis says, "Well, it was either Deuce or Westbrook, Brian Westbrook." And yeah, we took Deuce off your hands, and he actually, won a Super Bowl ring with us. So Dennis says, "We love Mike Irving." Chuck says, "Marcus, I'm going to console you this season after them Cowboys have losing season. Call me Buck Watson."
Yes, I am on Facebook, man. So I guess I can't see the comment. So go ahead. It's cool. I'm banned until next week.
Tito says Dallas coaching is trash. Oh, I read that one earlier. Okay. Tito says it doesn't matter who wins in your division, Marcus.
He's right. It's true.
Right. Fire coach after that fake punt, Chuck Thomas said. Don says Cowboys special teams coach needs to be fired.
Look, I'm all for aggression, but going for it on 4th and 7 on your own 24, yeah, that was ridiculously stupid.
Will and Lombard says, "Here we go." I'm not sure what he meant by that. I haven't seen another comment from him, so I'm not sure. Chuck Thomas says, "I guess I'm one of the athletes that drink and can still perform." When you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, if you consider bowling or hot dog eating contests a sport, then yes, I probably would agree with you.
Dalton says, "I don't think Brady fits with Bruce Arians," and I've read a couple of different articles so far, and there's a little bit of heat between the two going on, so I don't know. Dalton says Matt Patricia needs to be fired. Whole Lions organization is a joke. Chuck Thomas, Marcus going to put everybody in MVP if they have a better record than Dallas.
No, that's not. Look, I give credit where credit's due, and the MVP race, it changes every week. So, I'll say somebody last week, I'll say somebody new this week. So, yeah, I mean, it's an ever changing thing.
Right. Chuck Thomas says going to be close now between Big Ben and Alex Smith for comeback player of the year if Washington wins that division. I don't see how. I really don't. And I understand, what Alex Smith has went through and everything. And praise be to God. But your comeback player of the year is a player who actually comes out and does something to help your team. And you have to absolutely believe that Ben Roethlisberger is a big part of that 10-0 season that Pittsburgh has got going on right now. Now, it ain't just the defense. I mean, you can look at his numbers and tell it's not just the defense that's
Yeah,
winning this game.
who suffered a more catastrophic injury?
Well, Alex Smith, hands down.
Well, I mean, Ben had elbow surgery, and I mean that's
Well,
tough.
let's put it in the right perspective. He had Tommy John surgery, which
Okay.
usually would end a quarterback's career. Come on.
You know what else ends quarterbacks' careers?
Well, yeah.
Whenever their legs are nearly amputated.
I absolutely agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. But I still think you have to look at where their team's going and where Pittsburgh has gone so far.
Okay.
I mean, can you not? I mean, can people not understand? You go from an 8-8 season the year before without Big Ben, and he has you at 10-0. Yeah, I know it's a team sport. This show is Washington Redskins football team. That is a team sport.
I think comeback player, unlike some other awards, I think comeback player of the year is more of an individual award. You know what I'm saying?
It's always been awarded to players who actually come back and have phenomenal seasons.
Yeah, and I think so too. But I think like I said, having your elbow messed up, and it's bad, and I'm not taking anything away from that. And nearly having your leg amputated because it was just
I take nothing away from that, and I absolutely praise be to God that Alex Smith has been able to come back and do what he's doing. Absolutely, I have no problem, and I guarantee you, Big Ben will be the first one to step up and say he deserves it. Guarantee you. But I don't know. Like I said, I think it just depends on where the Pittsburgh Steelers end up going.
And let me see here. Chuck Thomas, he said that leg injury was devastating, but Big Ben could be in the MVP conversation. And I think that's even more the MVP because most valuable player. You're an 8-8 team without him. Let's just hypothetical situation. The Steelers run the table and go undefeated. He would win it in a landslide. So there's a lot of football left to be played. We'll see what happens.
And Don made a point too. He was injured in 2018 and he missed the whole 2019 season and now playing in the 2020 season. So yeah, I mean, I could see it going to Alex Smith.
Definitely. So we got a lot more football left to be played, and it's all gonna be settled. So please like and share the show. You're watching the Alphabets Football Talk Show with the Rise Up family and the OnPoint Network. Make sure you're liking and sharing the show, commenting. Get up in here, leave your stuff. We'll make sure we read your comments, and we like to be interactive and respond to what you all are saying. Leave those comments up there. Share the show with your friends and your peeps. Okay. So we're gonna go to the first game on Sunday. We just did our we're supposed to have 3 games. We only had 2 on Thanksgiving. Like I was saying earlier, they have pushed back the Ravens Steelers game a couple of times. So like I said, it's fluid. As we get information, we'll pass it along to you. But as of now, the game is on Tuesday. So jumping to the Sunday game, we got Cleveland at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Browns finally got back Nick Chubb. He's back to himself. I think the Browns have the best 1-2 punch in the backfield in the league. I mean, their running game is incredible. Baker is still being Baker. We need to start questioning Jarvis Landry. Where the hell is Jarvis Landry at? I thought whenever Odell Beckham Jr. got hurt, I thought Jarvis Landry would kind of, see more targets and have a little bit more production. The guy who's really doing work over there is their passing game is terrible, but they're probably their best passing option is Rashard Higgins right now. Jacksonville, they're devastated. DJ Chark, he's out this week. He's been ruled out. So you're looking at Keelan Cole and I don't know who the hell else they got at wide receiver, but I don't think it's going to be enough for to go against the Browns. I think the Browns defense gets after them. Myles Garrett, whoever's playing quarterback. I don't know if I've heard Gardner Minshew might be coming off and playing this game. I don't care who they got, Luton or Gardner Minshew. I think that Browns defense gets after there. I'm going to say Cleveland 21-10.
Yeah, I could go with that. I'm thinking more along the lines of because Jacksonville always plays Cleveland tough.
Yeah.
They're always game playing well against the AFC North teams. I don't know why. So, but I could go with that. I'll go with the same.
Chuck Thomas says Mike Glennon's gonna be the starter this week. We haven't seen Mike Glennon since he got benched in Chicago. Will and Bombard said, when has Jarvis really been a threat? Did you remember watching him play in Miami? He was like their number one receiver over there. And when he first got to Cleveland before Odell Beckham Jr. got there, he was balling out. But I don't know what it is. He was never really a burner, but I don't know if it's the regression of Baker Mayfield, but he's not really doing anything over there. So next game, we got Arizona at New England. I'm loving what Kyler Murray's doing. I said in the preseason, I said he was going to have a Lamar Jackson 2019 season this year. He hasn't proven me wrong. He's, the win that they had against the Bills, that last minute throw, just everything else he's been doing, his rushing, throwing ability, spreading the ball around, getting the ball to DeAndre Hopkins and Christian Kirk and old man Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, Fitzgerald's out.
Dalton says Larry Fitzgerald won't be playing. Okay, so correct. So that will be Christian Kirk and DeAndre Hopkins, even more targets for those guys. And hopefully they get the ball in the running game to Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds. So I'm just not sold on the Patriots. I think they'll put up a fight because it's at home. Maybe the travel, going from the West Coast to the East Coast, maybe that'll have something. But I still think Arizona has too much. I will say Arizona 24-17.
I'm thinking around 28 to.
Where's New England going to get the points? Like, what does New England do?
I'm thinking 28-14.
28-14. Now, I will say I made a prediction about this too. I said Damian Harris. I had bragged about Damian Harris. I watched him play at Alabama. He was the starter at Alabama over Josh Jacobs, and we know it was about Josh Jacobs. So, I see them running the ball a lot, but I don't think it's enough against those guys. So, next game we got let me see here. Ethan says Cardinals by 9, 30-21. Buck Player says Cards in a close one. Will and Bombard says New England's finish. Cam can't keep up with Murray. Dalton says Cardinals 35-7. Damn, Dalton. 35-17. Burkhead's out for the season. That's what I was saying. You'll see a lot more. But I think Sony Michel comes back. And Sony Michel and Ace says it'll be the James White show. So we'll see. Carolina at Minnesota. No Adam Thielen for Minnesota. He's out. They say he's out. He got is on the COVID list. And I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to play this week. PJ Walker played last week for him. But without Thielen, I think this game will be a little bit closer. Still no Christian McCaffrey, but Mike Davis, he's balling out. But I'll give Minnesota the slight edge. I'll say 20-17 Minnesota.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be like 21-20.
Yeah, I see the 21. Who you got?
Damn. Do I really got to pick? I think Minnesota only because they're at home. I think they were playing Carolina. Carolina 21-20. So there you go. That's my comfort level. We wanted to know who was balling out.
Talking about who? I don't know what he's
Bill
talking
and Bob Burt said, "Who's balling out?" Marcus Betts.
No, I said Damian Harris is balling out. The running back from New England. He's been playing very well. I've been very impressed with him. He just needed an opportunity, but I think it's going to be a nice little 1-2 punch with him and Sony Michel. He comes back. So next game we got the Las Vegas Raiders at Atlanta. Look, I don't know if Julio Jones is playing in this game.
I don't think it matters. I'm never picking the Falcons for another game.
Todd Gurley's out. Julio might not be playing. Atlanta, they're nearly done. The Raiders.
Oh, you said something about Mike Davis was balling out, as what Will said.
Oh, Mike Davis. Yeah, Mike Davis. That's a little insight.
McCaffrey's out.
Yeah, McCaffrey's out.
Oh, it's in regards to your trade.
Yeah, he's balling. Mike Davis is balling. He definitely is. But Atlanta, I think Atlanta's
and Gurley's out too. So
Gurley's out. Julio Jones might not be playing. They have nothing on defense. I think Brian Hill's starting at running back. I think the Raiders. I think Josh Jacobs runs all up and down the field. Derek Carr's starting to look a whole lot better. I still would like to see them in the offseason, like go look for some receivers because Henry Ruggs is doing nothing. He's doing absolutely nothing. But Waller's doing his thing. Josh Jacobs, I think he has a great game. I'm going to say 27 to 12. 27-12 Las Vegas.
I think it's going to be like 34 to 14. 34-14.
34-14. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Raiders are just going to run on top of them.
Ethan Tweedy, Raiders 37-34 Raiders. You think Atlanta's going to score 34 points? Because I don't. I really don't. Next game, we got Miami at Jets. Look, Tua has his first little bit of adversity last week. Got benched. They put Ryan Tannehill in.
I can't help but wonder when they benched him. I think he got hurt.
You think so?
I think he got hurt. I don't think it had as much. And the thing is I think they benched him, and they messed up because they didn't watch that kid play in college. In the second half, Tua absolutely comes alive in the second half of a football game. I think they screwed up on that. I absolutely do.
They already.
That's the reason I think they're smart enough. I know they know how that kid plays in the second half of a football game. If they shouldn't be coaching. That's the reason why I suspect that he may got injured.
Yeah. Well, they've already said that he's going to be if he's healthy, he's going to be the starter. There's not a quarterback controversy in Miami.
You think they put Ryan Tannehill in? He didn't say Tannehill.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, not Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, did you say Tannehill?
No, somebody said that and they questioned Ryan Fitz. Well,
yeah, Ethan asked. Oh, okay.
Did I say Tannehill? If I did, then. But Tua has already been named the starter, so unless he's hurt, then he will play. There's not a quarterback controversy in Miami. So look. Last time we saw the Jets looked pretty damn good. Joe Flacco was throwing the ball all over the place. They finally got all their weapons back. Perriman, oh my goodness, he really did his thing, and he had a good season last season with Tampa Bay with Jameis. He had 1,000 yards. But I think Miami gets back on track. Now they're starting running back. They're getting really thin at running back. Savion Ahmed. They say he might not play, but Miles Gaskins coming back, and Matt Breida's coming back.
And Darnold's starting for the Jets.
Sam Darnold starting for the Jets. So again, I think Miami gets back on track. I think they get back on track, and they're right on the Bills' heels over there in the AFC East. And we'll see what happens. Let's see here. Mr. Seeing goes to starting this Sunday. So yeah, so definitely. So I got Miami. Who you got in this one, Mona?
I got Miami. I think Miami gets up there and beats them, I don't know, like 21-12, 21-14, something like that. And then if Tua is okay, and if he's not hurt and he's okay against that Jets defense, I could see Tua actually throwing for at least 3 touchdown passes, maybe 4. So it could even be more than that. It could be like 28-14, something like that.
Okay. Next game we got the Giants versus the Bengals.
I think the Giants, like I said, I
I
am impressed with the New York Giants. I am impressed with them to the point I'm going to say that the Giants, because Burrows is out with Cincinnati, I'm going to say Giants win that game. Like, Cincinnati's defense is still pretty horrible. 26-12.
yeah, I see this being a blowout. I think Danny Dimes might look pretty damn good in this game. No Joe Burrow, no Joe Mixon. Uh, they just have Cincinnati has nothing offensively. I think that Giants defense gets after Ryan Lindley. He's the backup. He's going to be starting this week. I see the Giants I think this is a blowout here. Wayne Gallman, Darius Slayton, Ingram, Sterling Shepard. I think Danny Dimes, spreads the ball around. I think this is a blowout here. So, yeah, I don't even think this is going to be close here. No Giovanni Bernard either. That's what Willem Bombard said. I didn't see, but hey. So yeah, that could get ugly real fast. LA Chargers at Buffalo. Look, I've been very impressed with the kid Herbert. Austin Eckler is supposed to come back. He actually has been practicing this week. He's supposed to come off of IR. He's their best runner. They have been starting Kalen Ballage and Joshua Kelly, Justin Jackson, and Keenan Allen had a hell of a game last week. But Buffalo's coming off a bye week. I think there's a chance for them to recover, get everything back together. Now, John Brown is out of this game. He's already been ruled out of this game. He's been dealing with some lower leg injuries. So I expect Josh Allen to toss the ball around to Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley, who I have starting in fantasy football this week. Brett, you're done, by the way. So, yeah, I see Buffalo winning this game. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I have not been impressed with Buffalo's defense, but their offense is scoring points, and they're coming off of a bye week. I think Justin Herbert and Josh Allen is a shootout between the two, but I think Buffalo does enough in the end to win this. It's a home game. I'm thinking 35-28 Buffalo.
Oh, I think that I think the Bills defense will be ready for this game. It's at home, and I'm going to say like 31-17. 31-17.
Ryan Finley's out of the game too. That was the last thing that I had seen. Look, some of this stuff, guys, is like last minute stuff. The injury report, the final injury reports come out like today. So some of this stuff is like the last stuff that I'm seeing. But I think Buffalo scores a lot of points in this game. I think it's going to be a shootout though, but I got the Bills winning this one. Next game we got
Titans, the Colts.
Titans and Colts. Look, man, Phillip Rivers, he played really good last week. He played very well last week. It is so hard trying to figure out who's going to be the running back for the damn Colts. And we got to start giving, everybody talks about the quarterbacks in this draft. They better start looking out for this kid, Michael Pittman Jr. They better start looking out because this kid, T.Y. Hilton, is done. He's done. He hasn't done crap this whole season. But this kid, Michael Pittman Jr., he's really balling. He's balling. And Phillips tossing it to him. Look, but Tennessee's got that bad. They got that boy Derrick Henry. He last week, that run he made, that walk-off touchdown last week was just incredible. He beats defenses into submission. He does. He just, 3 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards.
I'm sorry, I don't think he's going to be able to do that against the Colts defense. I think the Colts defense has absolutely spoken loud enough for teams to listen to him. Yeah. I mean, I think this is going to be. I think it's going to be an absolute shootout. I think Tannehill's going to have to throw the football. I think that defense, the Colts, is going to stop Derrick Henry. I mean, he's still probably going to get 100 yards. You just really don't ever totally stop Derrick Henry. But I think it's going to be. I'm giving it to the Colts. I think the Colts win this game. I think it's going to be like 38-34, 38-36 even. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, Ace up here, he says, I think Tannehill versus Rivers, least mistakes win. So definitely look.
And the Colts offenses make mistakes.
Definitely. That Indy defense might be the second best defense in the AFC. Definitely. So I'm gonna take the Colts. I think the kid Jonathan Taylor, look, feed him. They keep playing these games where they give Nyheim Hines carries. Jonathan Taylor's a workhorse back. He was a workhorse back at Wisconsin. Give him the damn ball and run the football, and then use play action and take some shots down the field with Michael Pittman Jr. So next game, we got San Francisco at the Rams. Look, the Rams, they're starting to hit their stride. Jared Goff, he's actually not playing too bad. And they got that three-headed monster running back. Those two good receivers, two good tight ends, and Higbee and Gerald Everett, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, and
Niners is not the team they were last year.
The Niners are not the team.
They don't have the quarterback. They missing what?
They are getting their
defense.
They are getting their running back. Mostert and Coleman are both supposed to be coming back this week. I don't know who the hell's playing at quarterback for them. I don't know who they're every week is musical quarterback with them.
I'm gonna take the Rams in this game. I think they're actually going to just absolutely stomp San Francisco.
I agree with you. I think the Rams have too much firepower over there. They're Aaron Donald. He's doing what he normally does, wrecking shop. And the boy, Leonard Floyd, he's over there. He's found, I tell people a lot of times that sometimes players, they need a fresh start somewhere else, a change of scenery. Leonard Floyd, after coming over from Chicago, where he really did nothing, he's really revived his career playing alongside Aaron Donald. I'm going to take the Rams. Rams 30. San Francisco 17. Next game, we got New Orleans at Denver.
You want to read some of the comments?
Let's see. A said Pittman and Taylor will Pittman and Taylor will be the bell cows. Dalton says Rams 34-13. A says Rams will smoke San Fran. Ethan says Rams 31-18. Willem Bombard says San Francisco defense not better than Tampa's, and Goff went off. Chuck says I say McVay could be coach of the year candidate. Buck says I guess Nick Mullins is starting for the 49ers. Rams got a good defense. LA Rams, Who Dat Nation 31-14. Okay, this is the next game. New Orleans at Denver. I think this is another blowout here. I think it's just a blowout. I was pleasantly surprised last week. Helped me win my fantasy week. I was able to use Taysom Hill in the tight end spot in 3 leagues, and got 25 points from the tight end position. Ain't that right, Ace? But it wasn't just it was he actually looked like a decent quarterback last week. He was. Let me see here. I got his numbers here. Taysom Hill, he was 18 of 23 for 233 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And a lot of people were saying he couldn't throw the ball. He threw the ball, 18 of 23, took some shots down the field to Michael Thomas. So, they might have found their quarterback of the future, when Drew Brees decides to hang it up. Denver's just they're not a really good team, So I expect Kamara, Michael Thomas, and Taysom Hill to.
The only thing I can see that could change, and I think it would be being even worse if it was Drew Brees as quarterback, is if it were snowing like crazy in Denver.
And that is not out of the realm of possibility.
Exactly. Not with this crazy weather that we've been having lately. So, but I still think I'm like you. I think the Saints going to win this one. I think it's going to be like 32-16. 32-16.
I think this is
and I don't even know Denver scored 16.
I think this is a blowout here. I don't even think this will be close. I'm going to say New Orleans.
But now, why does it need to be mentioned that a team wins 7 in a row when, winning 10 in a row because you ain't played nobody?
They won 7 in a row. Needs to be mentioned. Who's that? Oh, I think he's not talking. He's talking fantasy football. Yes, he won. I think he won 7 in a row until you played me. But
okay.
New Orleans. I think this is.
I'm still salty from the other night. I'm still a little salty. What was that? Talk Your Is Tuesday.
Yeah. So I'll say in this one here. I'll say 32 to.
And he said no. The Saints have won 7 in a row.
Oh, okay. Just check. I thought he was throwing a quick. Ace likes to throw. He likes to throw elbows at me when he gets a chance. So, the Sunday game, late game, we got KC.
Game of the week.
Game of the week. I think this will look. Tom Brady. I've never. Bruce Arian kind of put.
I'm only saying game of the week because I don't even think we're going to play until I don't even if we'll get to play Tuesday. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't be surprised. Tom Brady better step it up. He better step it up. Bruce Arians kind of put him on blast last week, and look,
Brady. You know what? Brady kind of reminded me of that kid in New York. Well, in the Meadowlands. If there's a couple of them passes, man, they wouldn't nobody there. And I'm like, who the hell was he throwing to?
Yeah,
wow, he's like maybe seeing a little bit of ghost out there too himself.
Definitely. Look, Tampa's got a good defense though, so I can see I could see this being a shootout. You got two of the most explosive offenses in there, but I just don't see, you know,
Does it's a Super Bowl curse?
yeah, I look, I, I'm really looking forward to this game, but I got to go with KC on here. KC, just the weapons that they have, they just have, and same with Tampa. That's taking nothing away from Tampa, but I think I think Kansas City's offense is that much more potent. I mean, they're just potent. They're deadly, and Patrick Mahomes is, he's the best quarterback in the league to me. Um, so he's in that MVP conversation as far as I'm concerned, and I think this would go a long way to putting him at the top of that list. Undisputed at the top of that list. I'm going to say 42-38 Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't think either one of those teams score 40 points. I'm going to say 38 to 38 34.
38-34.
And I'm going to take taking Tampa Bay.
You gonna take Tampa Bay? You heard that, Buck. She's taking your guy. So yeah, I'm looking for
only because of their defense. I'm taking that and you know what? Tom Brady does not play like he played last week usually, and I think the Rams defense is better than the Chiefs defense. So there you go.
So we're definitely looking forward to that one. Next game we got Bears and Packers.
Yeah, that was also with Bill Belichick coaching there, Chuck Thomas.
Let me see. I'll read some of these comments here. Will says, I did win 5 in a row until I was robbed with a cheat code. Dalton says, Chiefs 27-21. Buck Flair says 44-35 Bucks. Dalton says Super Bowl curse. A says Arians and Brady have tension. Yeah, definitely. It seems like there's a little bit of animosity over there. Buck Flair's, we'll see if Chiefs defense is going to handle Bucks players and if Tampa can stop Mahomes. Got to make plays.
And you said that was the Sunday night game, and it's not. It's actually the 425 game.
Bucks find their mojo. Brady stops fixating on Brown. You know what, Ethan? I had said that during the game too. It seems like a lot of times I see Tom Brady locking on to AB. It's like, dude, you got Chris Godwin and Gronk and Mike Evans too. Throw the ball to them. It's like he gives AB a lot of targets. I'm like, dude, like spread the ball around. You got the guys. Mike Evans can jump up and get the ball. It's like spread it out. So I'm with you on that, Ethan. Let's see. A says this might be the game AB goes off or Bell goes off. Buck says Marcus said earlier.
When's the last time you seen Bell go off? Can somebody please tell me last game
last week, but he didn't go off.
When's the last game that you seen Le'Veon Bell, go off? Come on. He wasn't even with the Jets.
Yeah, he
it was probably the last year that he played for Pittsburgh.
Did he have 100-yard game the whole time he was with the Jets? Did he even have 100-yard? I don't even think he had a 100-yard game with the Jets at all. So, I mean, that's with the Jets, though. Let's see here. Brady put up 42 points and 38 2 years ago with weapons. Yes, in New England. Last year, Chiefs got him 16 points. Rams defense is easily better than KC's. That's what A said. Yuri says offensively, the Bucks need to use AB, and they score a lot of touchdowns.
Oh, come on! Are you not seeing the cancer is already starting to spread on Tampa Bay's team? Although I took Tampa Bay to win, The cancer's already starting to spread because Brady is trying to get the ball to AB. Because he knows, the thing is we don't get to see that. We probably don't even see that. The guys in the locker room don't even see it. Tom Brady's having to see that across his kitchen table. Come on. That's why he's trying to force the ball to AB.
Ethan says, tell him. Ethan said, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say, I think that's one of the problems right now is he's trying to force the ball.
I agree. Yeah, just trying to throw it too much to him. Ethan says, tell him how good the Rams defense is, Ace. And Ace says they don't listen. I said he might. Yuri says Mitch Trubisky is coming back just in time for a couple more games. Oh, and I want you all to know, because I did win a wager earlier, we will all be seeing Devon the Professional doing 50. I just need to link up with him. He will be doing 50 push-ups on one of the Rise Up shows. So you all make sure y'all look out for that, because I tried to tell him about Mitchell Trubisky. He didn't want to listen. He said that he would have a better season than Josh Allen. So for all you people to say I just hate Josh Allen, I don't hate Josh Allen, and I still think that Mitchell Trubisky sucks. So moving along, we got
Speaking of which,
I got Chicago at Green Bay. Look,
exactly, Chuck. The Bucs have not won a game since Abby started playing.
That's true, but Mitchell Trubisky will be starting. Mitchell Trubisky will be starting this week. I think David Montgomery comes back to start running back for the Bears, because last time they played, they had Cordarrelle Patterson playing running back, a wide receiver. Packers are starting to hit their stride. Devontae Adams, Lazard, their real number 2 is Lazard. And I want to say something real quick. Everybody saw the play with Marquez Valdez-Scantling last week, and I was going to do a slide about it, but I won't. I'll just talk about it. And he fumbled the ball, and it was bad. And he had death threats. People were sending him death.
That is absolutely pathetic. That's
and it's like,
although I will bring up a game that you're familiar with. Okay, yes. I'm going to bring this game up. Super Bowl between your team and mine, and I can assure you, Neil O'Donnell received death threats and finally moved out of Pittsburgh.
And I get it. I get it. People are upset, and MVS did cost them the game. Let's keep.
I told you. What did I tell you about that game? He better be glad I didn't have my 30-out 6.
Right. But when you're talking about killing somebody because they fumbled the ball, guys, that's sad. That's pathetic, man. That's just really stupid.
Can't say it didn't maybe go through my mind a few times though. I ain't gonna say it. But,
I want to win. Anything that I do, I don't care if it's marbles or fantasy football or Madden or cards or whatever. I want to win, but I'm not gonna kill someone. I've been playing spades and my partner reneged and we lost the game.
Thomas said Bill's kicker Norwood had the biggest death threats.
Yeah, I'm sure he hit some. Leon Lett, when he picked up the ball against Miami on Thanksgiving years ago and cost the Cowboys taking. Yes, but the death threats, guys, come on. But anyway, I'm taking Green Bay. I think that Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I think Aaron Rodgers makes a concerted effort to get MVS the ball where he has a good game. I really do believe that. To get this kid, because he's going to need this kid. He's going to need him. Like, if they want to go where they want to go, what have we been talking about as far as with Green Bay? They need to find them a reliable number 2 receiver. I still think Lazard is that guy. But he's going to need MVS. I think MVS has an outstanding game, and I can kind of afford to put him in there against Brett.
Ethan, Tweety, I just love you. I just love you. For our information, Le'Veon Bell's best game as a Jet was 87 yards in Week 15 against the Baltimore Ravens, who were most likely sitting their starters.
Damn, that's a good suggestion, guys. See, this is why I love these guys, man. We all know that in Houston got rid of Kenny Stills today. Kenny Stills to the Bucks. That would be outstanding. The guys they're putting that in the comment. Ace, and
well, no, he's saying to the Packers, Green Bay.
That's what I just said.
No, you said the Bucks.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm so sorry, but yeah, that's. Look, I'm still taking Green Bay. Look, I still think Mitchell Trubisky sucks.
I know you do, but I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears in this game, and I'm going to say the Bears win this game. I think Mitch is pissed. Mitch is going to come back and say, at the end of the season, and he's gone from Chicago. But I think he's going to come back and he's going to win this game. I think he's going to win 28-12. 28. I think it's going to be like 28-24. 28-24. I'm not going to go any higher than that. I'm going to go 28-24. I think the Bears defense stops Green Bay, and I think Aaron Rodgers don't have the best game of the night. And I think Mitch Trubisky throws for 4 touchdowns.
Okay. I still think Mitchell Trubisky sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I did eat too much turkey yesterday. I'm sorry. I've been kind of off my game today. I'm taking Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers carves these boys up. And Chicago's got a good defense, but I trust Aaron Rodgers.
I drank too much wild turkey.
Not turkey. Well, you say wild turkey, not turkey.
That's what I said, wild turkey.
I think this is my prediction for the week. I think that Aaron Rodgers throws. I think Marquez Valdez-Scantling has 2 touchdowns in this game. I really do believe. I think Aaron Rodgers tries to help this kid out. So
I have just read Chuck's comment. It says Marcus needs to be on concussion protocol after that Dallas game.
If it's not concussion, I needed some Pepto-Bismol because my stomach was really messed up after that game. But yeah, that was pretty bad. So what's this? The Monday night game? Monday night game, Seattle.
Yep, Seattle, Philly.
The
2 birds. You got the Seattle Sea Chicken and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Seattle gets Chris Carson back. Everybody that's been talking crap. Let me say, because I've seen a lot of comments, people talking crap about Russell Wilson and he's turned the ball over. He's turning the ball over because they don't have any balance on their offense. They're just throwing the ball, That is not the Seahawks. The Seahawks are really more of a running team, and Russ has been having to throw the ball too much. I think Chris Carson will give them balance. I think he'll give them more balance. I got the Seahawks. Carson Wentz is playing like trash. So I'm taking the Seahawks. I'm going to say 24-14 Seattle.
Well, I'm going to go back to the game prior, and I'm going to tell you I was absolutely joking about who I think is going to win that game because you know how I love Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win that game like 38-17. 38-17. I think he's just going to, yeah. And I love Mitch. You know I love Mitch, but I love Aaron Rodgers more.
No doubt.
And I'm taking Seattle. I'm taking, I don't know, 32-18.
Okay. And on the Seattle and Eagles game?
38-17.
38-17. Okay, so we're at that point of the show again. Once again, you're watching the Alphabets Football Talk Show with the Rise Up family on the OnPoint Network with my co-hosts, Ramona Die Hard Die. And levels to this. There's always levels to this. And, speaking of Russell Wilson, guys, we're watching greatness. Better learn to appreciate this guy. He has a lot of most for a quarterback in 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, 5 seasons, 6 seasons, 7 seasons, 8 seasons, 9 seasons. one of the best quarterbacks in there in the league. I just like I said, I just would like to see them get back to running the ball. Uh, Ethan. uh, they just need to get back to running the ball a little bit better. So, Russ, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Let's see here. Um, we had Ertz is back. Upset specials, Eagle, Buck Flair, Seahawks 21-16, Seattle 34-17, Ethan. Ace, the way Wentz turns the ball over, that Seattle defense will look like the best ever. They're going to look like the Legion of Boom. Weather and Philly defense shocks them 30. Buck's he's taking the Eagles. Ethan says, this brought to you by your sponsor, Jack Daniels. And my sponsor is not Jack Daniels. My sponsor is Crown Royal Apple. But, hey, I'll take it. Ace says, Big Russ, he's a great fantasy football quarterback. Right? And Buck says, woo! So let's see here. We got look. Ramona, can you what do I call Derrick Henry? What do I call him?
Unicorn.
He's a unicorn. Okay. We saw him do the walk-off touchdown. Derrick Henry's the first running back this season to reach 1,000 yards. Okay. So the guy, he's a beast. So
but yet he still is just, says that Dalvin Cook is the best in the league.
Well, I mean, and that's Dalvin Cook missed games, so he might would have hit it. But Derrick Henry, he's just that kind of guy. He's really he's that kind of guy. Great guy. So congratulations to him. This is for my Bills people out there. Can Stephon Diggs break Eric Mole's single season Bills reception record? That's 100 catches. So Ethan, I know Ethan's out there. How many catches does Stephon Diggs have? How many catches does he have right now? How far does he have to go? Ethan, can you look that up for me real quick? I think he can definitely do it. Until this past week when they had and we're going to get into it, until this past week when they were on their bye, Stephon Diggs was leading the league in passing and receiving yards. I don't know how many receptions he had, but I know he was until this past week leading the league in receiving yards. So I think he can definitely do it. If somebody has the numbers for me, how many catches he has right now, if you could just throw that up in the comment section. But yes, I definitely think he can do it. What do you think, Mona?
Yeah, I think he's got.
Anybody know how many catches Stephon Diggs has right now?
I was looking at that.
I was trying to see how many catches he had. But I know he's getting them yards. I don't know what he has as far as
he's got two. Okay, that's career stats. I'm gonna throw one. There you go. All right, for right now, for the 2020 season. Oh,
he had already got up to he had already hit 900 yards. He had already hit 900 yards. Dalton says he has 73 catches. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's at week 12. Yeah, he can definitely do that. So he's doing great things, and it just goes to show you that trade was outstanding. Here's your highest graded wide receivers in 2020 catch percentage, and you see Devontae Adams, he's balling out of control. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, the wonder rookie, Jacoby Myers, Keenan Allen, and DeAndre Hopkins. So, a lot of times Devontae Adams, we hear about Julio and DeAndre, but there's some of these other guys we need to start giving them props. Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, definitely. We need to Keenan Allen. We need to start getting these guys up in there and giving them their props. So next we have the
Justin Herbert.
the super rookie, Justin Herbert. We did the predictions for the Bills and Chargers. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. They got to put some heat on this kid, but right now he's on pace to be the best rookie quarterback in NFL history. 397 completions.
Well, Joe Burrow had that until he got hurt.
And that's what I'm saying. It's this is every week. It's a test. Where you got to. Part of it too is injuries. Can you stay healthy? Can you stay healthy? He would have nearly 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, all which would be rookie records. That's even over Dan Marino. So I think that's pretty awesome. So congratulations to him and good luck to the Bills this week because they're going to be coming after you, young man. Here's your top 5 rushing leaders: Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. We just had to slot on them. James Robinson came out of nowhere. Josh Jacobs and Ronald Jones. So these are your top 5 guys here. I think, man.
Yeah, we need to look at top 5 receiving rookies
all time. We'll definitely
have to check no, I meant for this season.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out. So there's your top 5 rushing leaders. Next, we have your receptions leaders, and like I was telling y'all, up until this week, last week, Stephon Diggs, he was leading it, but he had the bye week last week. So DeAndre Hopkins jumped over him a little bit. And you see, I'm going to say this again, and Ramona, she will never agree with me on this. That's just because she has a crush on him.
Well, no, what I said is, it is a lot easier playing on the offensive team of the Kansas City Chiefs and staying healthy than it is when you play for the San Francisco 49ers and you're one of the key receivers who is being led into defensive ends and safeties head on by a quarterback who can't throw the football. I'm sorry. But you agree with that because you don't like Garoppolo either.
I don't like Garoppolo either. So, yes. Who's the better quarterback, Patrick Mahomes or Jimmy G? So, yeah. Here's your top 5 here. No big thing. I want to know, guys, in this past week, that was week 11. That was last week. Who had the best touchdown? Derrick Henry's walk-off run, touchdown. Adam Thielen over the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb over the Vikings, or someone else. And
I think Derrick Henry's walk-off run was probably the most embarrassing one for a defense.
Not to sound like a homer, a Cowboys homer, I just thought that the concentration that CeeDee Lamb displayed on that catch was just incredible. I just hate for his rookie season that he lost Dak Prescott because I think he would have put up.
That one-handed catch from Thielen was pretty damn impressive, though.
It was pretty nice.
But I kind of go with you on that CeeDee Lamb one.
Yeah, that CeeDee Lamb. That
kid is just. I'm telling you, that kid is just. He is destined to be great. I really think.
The next great 88 for the Cowboys. You look at that. When they. Some numbers with certain franchises, like Dallas always gives their best players 21. You look at the guys that have worn 21 for the Cowboys: Deion Sanders, 22 Bullet Bob Hayes, and Emmitt Smith. 94. That's Charles Haley, and
Will says CD Lamb. Will and Bubbard says CD Lamb is a unicorn.
he. I'm not ready to give him unicorn status yet, because when I say unicorn, he traits, he doesn't have blazing speed, but his catching, except yesterday when he dropped that damn touchdown, that's for he doesn't have blazing speed, but he's a great route runner. He's got great hands. So yeah. So I showed you the receiving leaders, the rushing leaders. Here's your passing leaders. Josh Allen, he wasn't here, but again, they were in a bye week last week, so you got these guys in there. Patrick Mahomes jumps to the front of the pack. I think Josh Allen's at 6. I think he is at 6 after that.
Yeah, he's just right out of the top 5. He might be actually. I thought he was 7th.
He's 6, or he's still up there. He just didn't make the top 5. So here's your top 5 passing leaders.
And, I'm sorry, but year after year after year after year, Matt Ryan is always in this list.
Well, Ace is a little bit salty with Matt Ryan right now, because last week me and Ace we went head to head in fantasy football, and Matt Ryan got Ace.
Got Ace.
He got Ace a whole 5 points. So he's a little. If he had started, he had. I forget who he had. He had another quarterback sitting on the bench, and if he had started that quarterback, I don't remember who it was. Who was that quarterback, Ace? He would have beat me. So that's how close it was. So he's a little. As soon as we could drop players, he dropped Matty Ice. So Ace a little.
Golf. He had golf.
Jared Goff. If he would have started Jared Goff, he probably would have beat me. So, so we got Ramon this time of the show. We got the Rocky Bleier Tough Guy Award.
That's right. That's right. We started doing the Rocky Bleier Tough Guy Award. Yeah, after about the second or third show, I believe. And so this week's Rocky Bleier Tough Guy Award. Defensively, I'm giving it to Jordan Fuller, who picked off Tom Brady twice. and it was like the one interception, honestly, didn't get tipped. It honestly looked I was still trying to figure out where a Tampa Bay Buccaneer was even close. I don't even think he was within 10 yards. One of them was within 10 yards of that one interception. That's the reason I said he looked like he was throwing at ghosts. I was just like, a lot of his incomplete passes, there wasn't even a player there, offensive or defensive. So it just kind of shocked me on that one. It really did. So I gave it to Jordan Fuller. And
for me, for the offensive, and I know I know Ace will really like this. I know Ace will just love this pick here, because I was able to put him in the tight end position and actually win my fantasy game. So I was very happy about that. But he actually played a good game. I gave y'all his stats. He was 18-23 for 233 yards. I mean, damn, he's hitting it 80% on his throws, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So I gotta go. I gotta go with this guy here, considering no one thought he was going to be the starting quarterback for the Saints. If I had told you 2 weeks ago that Taysom Hill would be the starting quarterback for the Saints while Jameis Winston's in town, if I had told you that, would you believe me? Honestly.
No, I wouldn't have. I would not have.
So I'm going with, for me, for the Rocky Bleier Tough Guy Award on the offensive side of the ball, I'm going with Taysom Hill. Not just because he helped me beat Ace head-to-head in fantasy football, because I really think he played a good game. So thank you so much, Taysom. So Ramona, take it away on Fun Facts. Take it away.
All right, guys, we got some fun facts here for you. All right, first fun fact. Jim Brown, only player in NFL history with more touchdowns than games played in his career. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Come on, guys. I was really impressed when I found that. I was like, wow. And I know that would Walter Ringfield would be just grinning from ear to ear right now. But yeah, Jim Brown, only player in NFL history with more touchdowns than games played. I think that's just impressive. I think that was an impressive fact. All right, next fact. The only two teams to not lose a game by more than 7 points this season are, of course, the 8-0 Steelers and the 2-6 Chargers. Well, I guess they'd be 3-6 now, right? Did they win last week?
Who's that? The Chargers?
Yeah. They've won a few more games now.
Yeah.
This was an earlier stat for 2020, but yeah, I just thought that was really impressive.
And Ace, I did use that slide last week when they were 9-0. I didn't use it this week. I'm sorry I can't respond in the comments because I'm in Facebook jail. It's not that I'm ignoring you.
Okay, so our next fun fact. The Patriots have lost 3 straight games this season for the first time since 2002. Now, that's saying a lot, really. It is. I mean, come on.
It tells you about the continuity and just how well they've run their organization. And Belichick, he actually commented on that. He says, we sold our soul. We sold our soul for, after that Falcons Super Bowl, they should have let Tom Brady go. But that was straight up on Mr. Kraft. Mr. Kraft, he loved Tommy, so that's costing them now, though. It's definitely costing them now.
Our next fun fact. The Bills became the first NFL team to win a game this season without a punt or a touchdown since 1941. They won by field goals. That was it. No punts, no touchdowns, and they still won this year. And that I'm trying to remember, who was that against? Do you remember, Ace? I'm trying to remember who it was that the Bills beat.
When was this?
It was this year.
That they beat without a punt, or was it the?
All they kicked was field goals and won that game.
Was it the Jets?
It might have been the Jets game.
I think it was the Jets game.
Yeah, but they're the first team. Yeah, 18-10.
Yeah, I think it was the Jets game.
Yeah, so come on, that's pretty impressive. All right, next fun fact. The Cardinals' first ever appearance on a Monday Night Football was in 1970. Coincidentally, it was also Dallas's first Monday Night Football game, and the Cards won 38-0.
Damn, they didn't make it to Monday Night Football. The damn team, the Cowboys were. Well, it might have been because they started it then. They started Monday Night Football then. Yeah. The Cowboys have been in the league since 1960. So
right,
I have to check and see when the first Monday night. But okay.
But yeah, the Cardinals beat them 38-0.
Just for the record, guys, Ramona does these, so I don't even know this. So when she's telling this stuff, I'm learning this.
We don't even go over these slides for him to know what they are in advance. So. Okay, next fun fact. Though it's been 55 years since rookie season, Gale Sayers' 22 touchdowns in 1965 is still the most touchdowns scored by a rookie in a season. That's pretty impressive. I mean, 22 touchdowns as a rookie.
And the crazy thing about Gale Sayers, the injury that ended his career, he would have been out for 1 year. If he played nowadays, if he played in this era, it would have been a season-ending injury instead of a career ender. And that's so sad because he was so talented.
All right. Another fun fact here for you guys. I think our argument is settled. Is it not done? Is the argument not done?
It's done. We've been going back and forth with this, but I think this pretty much settles it right here.
Minka Fitzpatrick in 24 games with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 9 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries, 2 forced fumbles. I can't remember what you told me this one was.
15 passes broken up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And 3 touchdowns. So, come on, guys. Got to give it to my fella.
The whole thing, this whole Jamal Adams, Minka Fitzpatrick thing, I think it's over. So
yeah, it's done.
Wrap.
Put a fork in it.
Dalton said it's been done. A said it's not said. They'll have to play real competition like Buffalo.
Oh, you know what, Ace?
We
will settle that argument in a couple of weeks.
Yes, we will. When I win my $100. So, anyways,
oh my God, you made $100 bet on that game?
Not that we here at the Rise Up family do not condone gambling illegally.
We do not.
We do not. So, guys, that's the show there. If you missed anything, make sure that you go to the download the OnPoint Network app where you can watch it. It's generally on within a couple of days. I'm sorry, on the OnPoint Network, you can watch it at midnight Eastern time. That's generally when it's downloaded. And then later on in the week, if you miss it, you can actually go to YouTube and other platforms and check it out. So, Mona, you got any last words?
I just want to thank everyone for showing up week after week after week. I appreciate it. Mad take Ethan Tweety up on that Ramona's rant.
We might have to. You know what? We will definitely. We will. I'll make that happen.
And the thing is if it's going to be Ramona's rant, there's going to be cursing, so you may not want to let your children in the room when it happens. Just wanted to let you know, because I've been told I can actually cuss with the best of them. So.
We'll try to monitor some of the work, but we'll get Ramona's equivalent to what grinds my gears.
Am I picking on Tuesday? Well, if that game happens on Tuesday, I'm still telling you right now, Will and Lombard, Pittsburgh is ready for this game. Have you listened to or seen any of the tweets from some of the Steelers players? Let me assure you, if the game happens on Tuesday, yeah, enough will have already been said.
Okay, so yeah, definitely looking forward to. If the game happens, it'll be before the next time that we have this show. So just keep your eyes and ears open. It's a fluid situation. It's constantly changing. So hey. I need you to show face if RG3 wins it.
Wait a minute. Have you ever known me to run and hide when we've lost the game? I have always went on the Sunday night show or every what show, but I will be on Friday night show, on our show.
Monday night.
I will be there. Trust me.
I don't run. Hey, it sucks, but when you, I don't like, when you just like the way you brag when you win, don't go into hiding whenever you lose, so I've never liked that. So
I did. You'll have to repeat that AB comment there, Beck Flair. Please retype it. I'd like to read that one. But I'm gonna say this. I absolutely think every Pittsburgh Steelers player has a right to be pissed off at the way the NFL has handled the Pittsburgh Steelers, the only unbeaten team in the league, even though we haven't played anybody. I think taking our Week 8 bye away from us was absolutely wrong. And the Buffalo Bills, they really, really thought that, y'all were going to get screwed, but then y'all ended up getting your game in. So you didn't lose your bye week. So, yeah, I don't want to hear it, people. I don't hear it. When you are a contending football team and all of a sudden you get your bye week that's in the middle of the season jerked out from under you, that's not right. That ain't right. I don't care who you are. That ain't right. And you can sit and y'all can talk about Pittsburgh Steelers. I can find out, but week after week, no matter if it's pretty or ugly, a win's a win. And week after week, they find ways to win. So that's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to tell you that being a fan as long as I have been, and I'm probably over than most of the guys in here watching this show, being a fan as long as I've been a fan, win or lose, playoffs or no playoffs, one and done. It don't matter. I believe black and gold each and every day. I never wish injury. I never wish injury on anybody else's teams or anybody's players. And I can talk football with the best of you. I can talk all football. I can talk about your team. I can talk about my team. I know the game probably as well as y'all do, if not better than a lot of you. So that being said,
I can vouch for that, definitely. Buck, he said, can Ramona wear an AB jersey next week to break the curse of Bucks? Last time AB was a Steeler, they were good. That's what Buck said. He's just kind of.
You know what?
Do you have an AB jersey?
I do have an AB jersey.
Don't wear it.
You know what, Buck? I will wear that AB jersey for you Friday night. Next Friday night, I will wear it for you.
Y'all heard it here first. He's gonna rock that Antonio Brown jersey.
I'm 51 right now, Buck. So if you're older than 51, you're okay. That's cool. But my age is just a number, man. It's just a number. When it comes to football, I feel like a spring chick.
Ace is up here talking bad to me. He said Marcus has not won a bet against me all season. That's true. I lost Josh Allen throw for 300 yards on the Rams. I lost that, and who else was it? It was another game too where I lost to him. But I will say this: the one thing I have, you've never beat me in any game in fantasy football. So I'll take that, and that's ever. In the 2 years that me and you have played against each other, you've never beat me. So, and then if we just happen to meet up in the finals, you won't beat me there.
I do have one last thing to say to Will, and we will wait long enough for me to get a response. Okay, Will? Okay. I'm still going to tell you again when we play the Buffalo Bills. You and Ethan, I'm telling you both, and Andre too. You're not playing against a third or fourth string quarterback. Your defense is not as good as it was last year. Okay? And it's going to be a whole lot different game. And you're going to know what it feels like for a team to come in and beat you.
Is it in Buffalo?
Yeah, this game's in Buffalo.
I'm so looking forward to that game. So that's our show. I want to say thank you to everybody out there. Please make sure you like and share the show. If you missed it, make sure you're putting it in other places where people can watch it. Get more people up in here. We'd like to have a lot of interaction.
I want to see if there's any responses to what I just said. I'll show face. I don't hide. I'm not the other guys.
Ethan said, "See you week 14, Ramona."
Absolutely, guys. Well, y'all all know my legends also.
He goes, "I'll show face. I don't hide. I'm not these other guys. Y'all gonna know what it's like to play real competition." That's what Ace said. So
I'm laughing, but I did a thumbs up for him.